Counter-Strike. A benchmark for multiplayer shooter to come. A competitive team-based game with humble beginnings. How did this shooter come to action? Why is it such a solid game? And how has it evolved from its counterparts? (1998) November 19th.
Good morning and welcome to the Black Mesa Transit System. This automated train is provided for the security.
A startup had created the revolutionary game Half-Life, released to critical acclaim.
The time is 8:47
Valve not only proves that the first-person shooter genre game didn't have to be just arenas against demons, but it laid the foundation for the future first-person shooter game to come. Originating from the Quake engine, Valve modified this engine to create the Gold Source engine, feature-rich with skeletal animation, reworked AI, and the basics of physics. Players would shoot, clamber, and crowbar their way through Black Mesa's alien-infested corridors, blasting away hostile military combatants and striving for survival against the odds. Compared to the games at the time, Half-Life was huge for creating a compelling and complete narrative built into the game, where competitors simply created fun levels to fight through. Perhaps more importantly though, was Valve's stance towards modding, as they let others use their Gold Source engine to create new levels, items, and entire game modes with. From it spawned the mod Counter-Strike in 1999, developed with multiple betas and releasing its first version in 2000. Responsible for this was Min Lei and Jeff Cliff. Lei had created the models for his mod prior to the release of the Gold Source SDK, and in little over a month, the duo had created their first beta of the game. Cliff was a contact in the mapping community to get maps to fight on, and Lei with his skills in programming. Together, they had created the infancy of a game that would stand the test of time, an accomplishment few other games can attest to. The game featured two opposing teams, terrorists and the counter-terrorists. In it, there are three modes of play: bomb defusal, focused on terrorists taking a bomb, planting it at one of the two bomb sites, and the counter-terrorists preventing them; hostage rescue, which plays like the opposite of defusal. Terrorists protect the hostages, and counter-terrorists rescue them. There was also assassination mode, based on escorting a VIP to a key location, though this mode would later be dropped in future games. Over time, Counter-Strike was updated to version 1.6, adding maps and fixing many bugs in the process. The arsenal of weaponry in Counter-Strike was expansive. Pistols, rifles for assault or sniping, machine guns, and submachine guns. A deadly selection. All this made exciting by the game's intuitive yet unique economy. Both teams were limited by the money they had and gained it through skillful play. A rewarding balance of tactics, strategy, and skill made this round-based game exhilarating to play over its many maps. Frantic pistol duels in the first round, assault rifles watching angles, and who could forget the stopping power of the AWP? One shot, one kill. A devastating weapon that was the extensive use by the AWPer playstyle built around it. With such an excellent selection of weapons that spawned different playstyles, Cliff had contacted different level designers to make maps for the budding game. From this spawned Dust 2, sequel to Dust 1. The perfect balance of choice, cover, and positioning. A cornerstone for great Counter-Strike maps. Its claustrophobic tunnels and great variety in battle tactics lent this map an unforgettable charm, one that will be replicated and inspiring for future maps with its revolutionary 3-lane design. It would see few layout changes over the 2 decades to come, thanks to the incredible boundaries it achieves. Its dusty roads would not easily be forgotten. Sometimes though, not all games have a smooth development. In 2001, Valve were ready to announce Counter-Strike Condition Zero. Initially developed by the now defunct Rogue Entertainment, it would later be given to Gearbox Software, so that Valve could focus on Team Fortress 2. Gearbox overhauled Counter-Strike with new items such as Molotov cocktails, rocket launchers, and machine guns. Delayed in development, it was given over to Ritual Entertainment, who remade the game into a single-player game with 20 missions. A far cry from the multiplayer Counter-Strike we knew and loved. It did feature a multiplayer mode developed from another company, Turtle Rock Studios. After it was declared gold by Valve and review copies were handed out, Valve saw an average review score of 60% and retracted their gold status to see its development improved. Ritual Entertainment were booted from development and Turtle Rock implemented a new bot AI and released the game containing a version similar to the one Gearbox had made. 12 missions from Ritual's single-player portion were eventually recovered and released in the deleted seasons. A very rocky development process, full of issues. From a strong foundation to having an identity issue in development worsened by its exchanging of hands. Unsure if it was a competitive multiplayer or casual single player. Released to the mediocrity of a 65% review rating in March 2004. A mistake with many delays Valve would not try to repeat. Half-Life had been the humble root of Counter-Strike, and as Half-Life had revolutionized gaming in 1998, Half-Life 2 was about to revolutionize gaming a second time in 2004. A new and improved version of the Gold Source engine, named the Source Engine, had been constructed, with full physics capabilities, improved lighting, and more technology. Upon release, it had been scored an impressive 96 out of 100 on Metacritic in terms of its aggregated score. There was no doubting there had been a huge and revolutionary game. Where Half-Life is, though, Counter-Strike follows. Building from the highly competitive and skill-based mechanics of Counter-Strike 1.6, Counter-Strike Source was released in November of 2004, alongside Half-Life 2. A new engine, a new playing field, tried and true gameplay. This was the Counter-Strike we'd grown up with, reduced to its core mechanics. Compared to Counter-Strike 1.6 though, it was believed to have a lower skill ceiling than its predecessor, and as such, a divided community with many veteran players sticking to what they knew. Despite this, Counter-Strike Source was still very popular, and to this day, sees many players still playing it actively, especially as it was perfect for new maps and game modes built in the new Source engine. Among these was surfing, bunny hopping, and other game modes that let budding modders develop. Eight years had passed since Half-Life 2, since Counter-Strike Source. Fans of the series were ready to see something new. Counter-Strike, modernized for new hardware, taking full advantage of the technology the Source engine deploys in the Half-Life 2 episodes and Portal 2. This would all come together in Valve's next title, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Though its development was fraught with difficulty. What would a modernized Counter-Strike look like? How would the intuitive and energetic gameplay mechanics translate? And how did all these guns become so fashionable? Initiated by Hidden Path Entertainment with the assistance of Valve, Counter-Strike Global Offensive were to be a port of Counter-Strike Source to the home consoles, the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. During development, however, Valve saw a greater opportunity in this project, an opportunity to expand on the gameplay, a chance to remake Counter-Strike in its original vision with a fresh new take. In August of 2012, the game had been released by Valve after much beta testing by both professionals and the community over the prior year. The game expanded on previous gameplay through the additional weapon spray patterns, spread, precise and less slippery movement. In the following year, developing from Team Fortress 2's in-game economy with hatch and random loot boxes, Valve introduced the Armed Deal update in August 2013, one of the most significant updates to Counter-Strike. It would add back the M4A1S from Counter-Strike as an alternative to the M4A4 for the counter-terrorists, giving them suppressed firepower. With it came the introduction of the Crate and Key, the loot box, introducing weapon finishes and vanity as microtransactions in the game. Unethical? Perhaps. Profitable? Very. Global Offensive skin market is arguably what attracts so many players to the game, for good or for worse. Ever since Counter-Strike's fruition, many players have strived to be the best of it. Deadly opers, brutal battles, ingenious strategies. Global Offensive saw the developing esports community spring to life within Counter-Strike. It's only unfortunate that too much of a good thing can be bad. In 2014, Global Offensive saw its first match fixing scandal. Match fixing is the goal of purposely losing or winning a match for an agenda. This time, the team iBuyPower had match fixed so that they could win many Counter-Strike skins. They would consequently be banned by Valve from participating in future tournaments. But this would not be the first time that greed would hurt Counter-Strike. This is due to the skin's real-world value that could generally be sold for money through sketchy means, and this was a very real issue, against the terms of service of Steam, but very difficult to enforce. Skins would once again become the forefront of Counter-Strike controversy, as in 2016, gambling with Counter-Strike skins existed and was a very real problem for the game. Valve stepped in and filed lawsuits. Case closed? Perhaps. But it does raise a very good question whether the gains of skins were worth the costs for the esports community. It dared to defy multiplayer tradition, establish a new standard for multiplayer shooters in the process. Counter-Strike. Difficult to master, ferocious gameplay, a gaming classic that has stood the test of time. Thank you very much for watching this video. Subscribe, like and comment, and until next time, I've been Rising Thumb, and I bid you adieu.